I'm not gonna say where I work, but there was one time where the water was coming up. Like I don't know if it was rain or like the drains were clogged or something. And one of the other people I worked with had a weak stomach, so she was like, the whole time we're all working, and it's only three of us, and she starts, like getting weak stomach to it. So she, and I'm like, all right, dude, you're being a little bit over dramatic. It smells, don't get me wrong, but like you're being over dramatic. But then it was like the fucking Goonies. She started making the other guy gag because she was doing it so much, and then the smell. So it's like a compilation of things happening, and then like the smell and the both of them fucking gagging and retching was like, all right, I'm starting to feel a little woozy here. And we all at one point had to walk off because it was that bad of a smell. And then it was just like everybody was fucking gagging. I was like, all right, dude, we can't work like this. Like,
dude, and I think it's the smell of like the acidity from the bile. Like the bile just smells like sour and putrid. And even like the taste, like when at the very end, sometimes when you don't have anything in your stomach and you throw up bile and it's like sour. Yeah. It's like zero sugar Sprite. And it's like burning the fuck out. My throat hurts.
To get that fucking taste out, even after you brush your teeth, I feel like you can still like. It's like it's like having it in the back of your throat, and every time you like,
it takes like a day. Yeah, that hangover, dude. It was like I was hungover from like 10 in the morning of that following day till like 3 in the afternoon of the next day. To where my head felt like I cracked it. Like it felt so bad. And then I had like this face pressure and I felt kind of like still a little like nauseous to where I couldn't eat for the first like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like sitting down the whole, like this was a Saturday night. It happened. I only have Sundays and Mondays off. My whole Sunday was like ruined because we didn't do nothing. I was just pretty much like, I had to sit down all day. And then the next day by the afternoon, I was like, I feel like 80%. Like I feel pretty much normal. I don't know how you've never had a hangover. What hangover? How about like after that time we went to the beach, you weren't hungover, dude. You were drunk. Like
I was still drunk.
That was the whole. That was like.
But I was not hungover. I went and did a kids party after that.
Damn, dude.
But no, dude. I've never had like because I wake up normally not even drinking with a headache sometimes. I'm not sure. Good. I'm not sure if it's like a lack of sleep. Or if it's sometimes even when I sleep too much, I get a headache. I don't know.
That's weird how that happens. Like, what the fuck? Like, then why isn't my body naturally waking up at the perfect time then?
I don't know what it is exactly. I mean, I think the sleeping too much is because I never sleep.
Exactly.
I sleep like 4 hours a fucking day.
I hate people like that go very matter of fact of, dude, just work out and eat right and sleep right. You're like, I would if I could, asshole. Like, I can't work out because I'm tired because I don't get enough sleep because fucking I'm not eating right. I have kids. My job is this or that. And then, you know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to sleep right?
Yeah, exactly.
If my day is shitty and my day is shitty because I don't work out, but I can't work out because I don't sleep right.
Yeah, I agree. Because... Well, one thing I will say is when I was working out, like when I would come home from work, it would definitely make me more tired. So it would make me sleep a little bit more.
Or harder. Like, I'm going to go to bed right now. I usually won't.
But then that also has the effect to where it's like I feel like I don't get enough sleep still because I'm more tired and I'm still getting the same amount, if not less sleep. Like,
last night, I was up to almost 3 with my son who just didn't want to go to sleep because he had a nap right before his bedtime. And I was up until 3, and I woke up at 8:45, and I had that headache that I didn't get enough sleep headache. I should go back to sleep right now, and it passes eventually. I think what helps is if you drink a lot of water, it usually helps.
Yeah.
But every now and then on a weekend, like tomorrow, I'll probably feel good. The best kind of feeling is, especially even on your day off, is when whether you slept enough or not, when you wake up. And then you stay in bed for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Of like, you just kind of like lay there for a little bit. You come to, then you grab your phone. You might turn on the TV after and just like hang out for a little bit. And eventually you're like, I'm awake and I'm hungry. Like that's like, it feels so good to have that time to, I'm awake, but let me fully wake up before I actually like start my actual day. It's almost like my brain, like the computer is booting.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wait till it finished before I activate the machinery of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just crazy. I hate sleeping. I hate wasting my day on sleep.
If you need it, it's okay. There's been, out of my whole life, there's probably been a handful of days where I did that, but I needed it so bad. That is totally cool. Like you fucking order a pizza or you get tacos really quick and you come back to bed and then you watch TV and then you might take a nap and then you get up and you kind of just like you do that thing where you're like, I'm going to wait at least another hour, but I'm going to chill in bed for a little bit. And then you finally get up and you get up, like, say if you woke up around like 9 and you did that to where I'm going to be in bed until like 1:30, it's pretty fucking tight. Sometimes it's like, and then you just like do maybe one or two things and then you kind of chill in bed again. Like maybe you clean the house and then you get in your nice clean bed and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this for like 2 hours, have dinner, then do this again for like 2 hours. And then I'm going to go to sleep. Like that's a good, some people, sometimes you need that and it's a good day.
Well, Friday, I had my schedule mixed up, and I thought I went in at 4. So Nadia was here, and we were, eating lunch with the kids and stuff, and she ended up taking off around maybe like 2:33, and thank God I looked at my schedule before I fucking, I didn't go until 7. So now we're doing like split shifts where one person does 4.
Oh, you do the close.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, fuck, I got like 4 hours to just fucking, yeah, dude. And like, I mean, you can see like, I'm very simplistic. I don't have a lot of stuff. So it's real easy for me to clean.
Yeah,
like,
you can probably clean this place in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, basically it's what I do. And so I swept.
Minimalist. I would love this. You just, you sweep, you wipe shit down, you take out the trash. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
Basically what I did. I mopped. That's like me like cleaning.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, and so like it had that nice
walk around barefoot,
fabuloso smell.
Dude, I love it. Fucking, and then you walk around barefoot, and every step you take, it's like cold and clean and crisp. And you're like,
yeah, dude,
this is awesome.
Because I'm a barefooted guy.
Oh,
even
yeah.
like, I mean,
if it's nice, yeah. Shit. Mine's just, I'm stepping on billions of crumbs and dirt. And,
well, when my kids are here, that's definitely how it is. Like,
yeah, it's
I'm
natural.
just constantly cleaning, but yeah, and it was nice and clean. And I worked on some music for a little bit, and then I went to the room, and I was like laying down. I was just on my phone while I was charging, and then I got my blanket and I like snuggled a little bit, and I crashed out for like a good hour or something.
Hell yeah, dude!
And I was
it's like one of those kind of maybe like like a perfect kind of nap to where sometimes it feels like you were almost conscious the whole time, but then you're like, but it was an hour.
Yeah, dude. It felt good. And then like you wake up and you do that stretch where your leg starts twitching.
Your body comes like your body is,
it's like fuck. Like that fucking video like I was talking about earlier where that guy's in the
maybe he was just getting a good stretch. He's like, at the end he's like, all right. He carries it over. Like, let's get this shit done. Me and Gabby talk about all the time of just, and I don't want to keep being that person and, God forbid something happens or just like life passes you by of, we're always like, oh, we should do this and we're going to do that. But we never planned for it, and we should, because if we planned for it, it would make it easy. And even if it didn't happen for like a year, it's going to happen. And it's not going to be like spontaneous or nothing. We're going to have everything kind of all of our ducks in a row.
Just make a plan. If I never would have bought the tickets for Colorado, we never would have went.
Yeah, that's what happened. One of the last outings we had before COVID was we went, and that's because he passed away. We went to go see Pee Wee Herman, and we got to meet him. And I remember we had bought the tickets. The event was in March of 2020, which right when COVID kicked off, like right when the shutdown kicked off. It was in like the beginning of March,
a week before my birthday. I remember.
Mm-hmm. And then we bought the tickets in like November or December of the previous year, and it was going to be a lot of money because we were going to buy the tickets to go see the show, but we were also going to buy the package to where we got to sit closer and we got to meet him and take a picture with him.
Yeah.
So we were gonna end up spending like for the both of us just on the event, not like the driving, the hotel, blah blah blah. The event right then and there, we would have to spend like $500 something, and she was
Damn.
all like, I really want to go, but I also understand like it's a lot of money and like maybe we shouldn't, and maybe it's not responsible. And I was all like, back then especially, I was like, dude, we should go. I don't mind spending the money. I know it's a lot. Maybe it's not the best, but it's like we're going to be able to make money before then. Like we're going to be okay right now. We're not going to take a big hit. And kind of like we have to live life. If we don't see him, are we ever going to see him? Like he's not going to ever be cheaper.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
She's like, can you be fist bump? He's like, of course. And she's like, I love you. And he's like, thank you. He didn't say it back. He's just like, thank you.
Well, I can imagine that's like, not to say like that she's weird or anything, but like,
Yeah, you can't tell random people you love them.
Yeah, exactly. And especially like
when you're famous, like
Yeah,
imagine you saying,
like-
and she starts stalking. He's like, no, we're in love. He said, I love you. I need his heart in a case.
like the fucking chick from Nacho Libre. I loved you, huh? I loved you.
Secret Thanos.
Secret Thanos. That's funny.
Yeah,
But yeah, dude.
one thing we're
Definitely do more of those, dude.
one thing we're trying to plan, and it sounds cheesy. I'm old enough to where I'm all like, that sounds pretty neat. We're trying to go on a cruise next year.
That's terrifying. I'm
I know what you-
terrified of open waters.
Me too, but enough has happened. It's like I'm terrified of flying. I did it. I don't want to do it all the time, but it's
That-
like the same thing. I'm not going to go on a cruise all the time. I'm sure I'll be fine.
That is still one thing I want to do.
What?
Even though I'm terrified of heights. Fly. I haven't flown anywhere.
I thought you have.
No, I've never flown.
I thought you did it once.
It's all drive.
I only flew that one time. It was technically 4 times because I had to get on a layover back and forth. So I had to get on 4 different planes. So I would fly, get down, fly. And people are like, no, you only flew once. It's like, no, I technically flew 4 times. Like I would fly, they'd come down. I had to get on another plane, fly. I got to my destination and then they do the same thing back. So I flew on 4 planes and it was so much fun. We didn't hit any turbulence or anything.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't that bad. It was like great weather. But the first plane, like going from here to Houston, is a small plane. It's not like a tiny plane, but it's like one of those ones
Oh,
where,
you flew straight out of Corpus.
yeah,
Dude, that's like significantly more expensive.
it wasn't that bad. A round trip ticket, I think, was like $300.
It's crazy though, because I always look up from like San Antonio or Houston, and they're usually like a good $200 to $300 cheaper.
I honestly would spend the money just to save the time. It's convenience.
I mean, I guess so.
Because you're going to have to spend money to like drive up there or take some sort of bus. But even if you drive up there, you're going to have to store your car there. You have to pay money for that. And then all the gas and the food getting up there and the time. And then you have to do the same. Well, imagine flying, getting somewhere. You're like, okay, I have to go 3 hours to drive home. It sucks. It was worth it. Like, even if it was like, you can fly out of San Antonio it would have to be so cheap that like the savings would counteract like all the other stuff. It would have to be like, if you fly out of San Antonio, it's literally like $50. It's like, this is $300. If it's only like $200 to fly to San Antonio, I'm not going to spend all the money to drive up there to do it.
$300 cheaper is a pretty significant. Because I'm like, realistically, like in my car, I could probably get to San Antonio in like a quarter tank, maybe pushing half, which is only like $20
but it's
worth
that
of
thing like,
gas.
do you want to drive?
I get what you're saying.
Home when you get home. Driving too
'Cause-
is not so bad, but like when you're so ready to be home and then you're finally done, you're
Yeah.
flying. You're like, okay, I did 2 hours. It's like, God damn.
I still want to plan a trip. I want to go to Japan. Like I've been wanting to go to Japan for years.
David's been there twice. That son of a
Dude,
bitch.
I've
Twice.
read things where like travel tips and like people say like obviously you can be, you know, flamboyant, you can spend all this money there, but like people say like you can have a good trip, do a lot of things, and even eat out, hotel and everything.
I thought you were gonna say eat out. All the fucking. You can eat out this
mean,
geisha.
I wouldn't mind it, but they say you can probably budget like a good, and I would love to go for that long, but I don't think I'd be able to. But they say you can do like a 2-week trip with $1,000.
You think a Japanese woman over there is like, my pronouns are Su, she?
Reaching.
Damn it. I ain't reaching.
Yeah, dude, you make fun of me for all my jokes.
That was a whiff, but at least it was original. Mine didn't come from fucking the bottom of the lid of Snapple.
I don't drink Snapple.
Not anymore now that we figured you out. You just tell the jokes from the Laffy Taffies now.
The popsicles, the bomb-tastic.
We're going to try to go on a cruise next year.
I was going to say, where to?
The only ones that we can go to leave out of Galveston, which is funny. I was talking about this shit, but it's the only way to do it. You can only leave on cruises from certain ports in the United States, and you either are lucky enough to live close enough to one, or you have to drive there, fly there. And there's all in fucking down here in the south, in the middle, like Texas, the Gulf. You can only leave from Galveston. And only certain cruises leave from there. Yeah. You can't just go on whatever cruise you want. No, there's only like 2 or 3 that run out of there. Yeah. And they go to different places. You can do like different packages. Or we would probably go to like Mexico, which is they just go to a resort or some shit. I would love to go on an international cruise, but I mean, this one's just in the Gulf, so it's not even that crazy. And it'll like, depending on how long you go, we want to go on a 5-day one. You would like leave the first day, be out at sea, and the next day, like you're just the whole next day, you're just out in the middle of the water. And then the third day, you would get to your destination, spend a day there. The fourth day, spend another day out at sea. And sometime during the 5th day, you'll get back to port. And so like, and I just want to go to like, hey, we literally have nothing to do. Like every time we go somewhere like Houston or Austin, you have to like drive everywhere, find some. At least on like a cruise, you're like, no, dude, you like you're gonna be living at a place where that's where everything to do. You're not driving anywhere. You don't have to do traffic. You don't have to do anything. You can walk around in your bathing suit all day with a drink. Like you don't have to. And then if you need, your room's right there. You know, there's a pool. There's this. You can shop. There's gambling. There's a show. There's food. You just get whatever you want to eat. You can just lay here. And it's like, I want to do that. That sounds nice.
There was this girl I was seeing one time. I won't say names, but she wanted to go to Bali. Have you ever heard of Bali? Bali's kind of like
Isn't that is it Indonesia?
Yeah.
No, I could just be making shit up. I'm dumb as fuck.
No, you're right, because I'm looking it up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking it up right now.
I'm a genius.
Dude, it's fucking beautiful.
I'm a fucking genius.
It's got 19 beaches or something like that. And it's like almost like an island.
Holy shit, dude.
And it's a place you can go to without a passport.
This place looks like where they're going to have the next tournament of Mortal Kombat.
Dude.
Holy crap. How scared would you be? You show up to one of those temples and Shao Kahn's there and be like, you're next.
That's it right there. That's the fucking end of the first Mortal Kombat right there.
You're foolish. Humans have come for your souls.
Your soul is mine.
I don't think so. Dude, that movie jacked so many like fucking 10-year-olds up to where like it was one of those movies where it ended on a note where it's like, fuck yeah! You go home and you start fucking flipping all shit, and your parents are just like, dude, just sit down, and you punch a hole through the wall next, and you're like, get over here.
Did you see the new one?
Yes, and I wanted to like it, and there's aspects about it that are cool, but I don't want to be like, it's not good as the old ones back in my... But the old ones were better. They were so much cooler.
I don't like... They don't hold. I watched them the other day.
What?
And they don't hold. They're terrible.
I should fatality you right now,
They're
dog.
terrible. Part
you
2...
about to get fatality, dude.
Part 2's even worse. Like...
I love Part 2.
Part 2
I love both of these fucking movies.
Part 2 is so dumb.
I don't know we're going to be friends anymore after this, dude.
Cyrax is dumb. Jax is dumb.
Cyrax is dope as fuck.
Jax is dumb.
Sonya, he's like, Jason Briggs, Sonya Blade. Shao Kahn will be pleased. Shao what?
Yeah.
Y'all fool, y'all can't do this. Get down.
That's dumb.
No, dude.
It doesn't hold.
I had that. And, I had Mortal Kombat Annihilation on VHS, and I would seriously watch it once a day from like
when
10.
You were a fucking child.
No, I've seen them both as recently as in the past few years. I love them. They're
because the
so
other day
dope.
we were talking about it because they were watching the newer one, and I was like,
"Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole."
I was like, I hate I was like, I don't think either one are really that great. I was like, the first ones were good when I was a kid, and I was like, and I should have left it like that, but I rewatched them. They're cheesy as fuck. That
YouTube
not,
show they made like maybe 10 years ago was fucking dope. You remember the one that came out on YouTube?
with Michael J. White and everything?
Yeah, and they fucking had the... I didn't watch the second part of it, but the whole first part of that series was probably the best one. But dude, Mortal Kombat, I get it, they're cheesy, the bad but I love it's so dude, when Johnny Cage fights Scorpion in hell, in the hell realm, and like they did all, dude,
But the first one's better.
welcome.
The first one's better, but
yeah, but you're saying that neither of them don't. I agree that Annihilation was like cheesier and stuff, but I still like when he turns into the dragon, the fatality dragon at the end. He's like, I see you've come prepared, but not good enough. And then he's like, and like 3 dicks pop out of his head.
Yeah, it's like a minute. It's a minute scene. You sound like the turtle from fucking Ninja Turtles. You take the ugly one. No, you take the ugly one. The babies.
Dude, I always think like if you shave your head, you're fucking Tatsu.
He's like, Master Den. They will pay. Let those who challenge step forward.
Tatsu, now lead. I challenge. That's awesome.
And see, that's an old cheesy movie, but it holds.
If we ever do a live show, okay, hold on. We're gonna make a contract right now. Let's see if Falon will do it.
Okay.
If we ever do a live show, like if the show ever gets big enough, and we ever are like, let's do a live show, we'll put together like not where we necessarily podcast live, but we'll do like some sort of entertainment show where like we're the hosts.
Yeah.
But like we organize it. That we dress up, we cosplay that you're Master Tatsu and I'm Shredder in that purple Selena sparkly geese wearing. Because you think like, oh, you're going to be Shredder, you're at least going to look cool. It's like, dude, I'm going to be wearing like a sparkly diamond fucking sweatsuit.
You're going to be Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, I'm going to be fucking Selena and Neil Diamond. And, but we cosplay as that to where you dress as Tatsu. You're gonna have the gi.
I'll shave down to the mustache and everything.
Yeah, and then I'll fucking wear that ridiculous, and I'll stay in character. Like I'm gonna wear the helmet, and I'll stay in character the whole time. Whereas fucking, what's a good one? Like what's a good line from Shredder where he does a couple good ones, and part one's the best. But
yeah. I like
that one's probably the best one. It's like damn. Babies!
The babies!
Oh! He just comes. He's like, I fucking love babies.
They make Shredders so
he was
weird.
a pedophile. He named his...
because remember the first one, like he goes up to the fucking Danny. Remember, and he wipes the blade on his face, and then he pulls the picture out of his ass pocket. Yeah,
it's a creepy magic,
yeah.
Dude. And then he names his ninja clan the Foot. It's Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider is Shredder. Dude, he's Dan Shredder. That fat fag would think of that gay ass fucking character. Fucking, he's gonna dress like Selena, but with knives.
But with
Dan Shredder.
I bet he never has to look for a can opener. The Rat.
Man, I'm trying to think of the other fucking lines he has because he has some gold ones in there too. Oh, he fucking. Where's Splinter?
Oh, the Rat. So it does have a name. It did.
Had a name. I fucked that rat until he died.
He bitch slaps him a few times, remember?
I shredded his asshole.
I never understood how did he backhand him when he had the blades on the back of his hand without cutting his face up?
He cut him. That dude was beat the fuck. I know a guy who sits outside a Stripe that looks just like fucking Splinter in the rags and everything.
You'd be better off growing your hair out and being fucking Casey.
Leo? if you brought us out here for nothing. No, but like we have to go as a duo. That'd be fun, dude. Master Tatsu and fucking Shredder. That'd be hilarious. But like the comedy duo.
That's fucking funny. But yeah, this here, that there, call that family. I'll never go golfing without you again.
I'll never call golf a dog game again.
Oops. I always do that whenever oops, I close the oven.
I do that for Gabby too, where I go like, babe. He's like, toots. Princess.
Princess.
I do that all the time.
Well, I saved you a 2-mile trip. Is that your way of being sensitive?
You got canned.
Whoa. Who's the babe?
You want to tell me what you do with my little green friend down there? Whoa.
Who's the babe? I still never understand, how did he see Raphael doing martial arts from like 20 fucking buildings away?
He's Hawkeye. He's also Hawkeye.
Squints in his eyes, and it, like the binoculars, it would have been more sensible if he was looking with the binoculars and then caught view of him. But like you saw him like.
But why would he randomly be bird watching? I mean, now it makes sense. Like, say if he was only 2 buildings over.
He's almost like a Batman.
No, but if you saw him even like 2 buildings over, you would be able to see a dude like just moving. Like, what the fuck is that guy doing? You look and it's all like, there's a big green, there's a bald green fat guy doing karate on the
10 blocks away.
What, dude? They show no perspective.
No, they do.
Yeah, but it's like, dude. It's like 2 buildings away max. There's no way for us to prove it, but no. There's no.
Dude, there's a scene. There's a whole scene.
They don't show 10 buildings between him and the other building, dude.
Yes, they do, because they.
Come on. How do you guys expect to beat me?
Good answer. Good answer.
Y'all ever heard of the term fair fight?
I saw a video the other day when it's just like, it's a dude crying, and it's like when you're watching the Ninja Turtles and you can't do anything to help. To you. Is that where I saw it?
Yeah, I sent it to you. You just want to go in there with your boys and fuck people up. That's like, I think every guy has that fantasy of like, you're somewhere, you're a martial arts master, and just like ambiguous enemies descend, and you're the only one that knows how to fight. So you do all this cool shit. You're like, I would do this. I would do like a sweet backflip over there while kicking him. I would run on the wall and then like use that fucking stick over there to like impale someone.
All right, let's see. Look,
I'd break his arm, kick him into the chairs. Now rewind it. See, like it shows like the perspective right before he does that. So, dude,
look at how this fucking handspring.
Casey Jones is on the roof of part 1. He sees some dude. That's 2 buildings over. There's 1, like 2 buildings
blocks.
In between.
That's like 6 blocks.
No, there's either way. It's 2. Dude, I can see. I've like when I'm at work, I'll deliver to like high rises, and then I can look out the windows. And if someone was like 4 or 5 buildings over doing karate on the roof, I would be able to at least see like enough movement where I'd be like, who's on the roof like fucking dancing? And then I would if I put binoculars on, I'd be like, oh, it's a fucking giant turtle doing gymnastics. Let me go over there and help him, because he's probably fighting a bunch of ninjas. He needs my help.
Half a mile.
How is that over 1/2 mile?
That's what it says. I looked it up. I just looked it up.
No one is going to have facts that they were over 1/2 mile away. Who's going to have that fact? Who on set that day went and measured for
ironically, it's a New York Forum.
That's not credible. I've never heard of the New York Forum. You said it like if everyone's all like, "Oh shit, it's the New York Forum."
No,
that's like
I'm not saying that's the page. I'm saying it's a New York Forum. But they're talking about the distance.
Fuck. Some nerd went. Dude, I hate the internet. I fucking hate the internet. That's what's crazy is like back in the day with no internet. And
yeah, like, you couldn't make the stupid ass argument you're making right now.
No, not just that, but like no one would have that information unless a nerd went out and did it, which maybe a nerd from there did go out and do
Yeah.
it. But how is he going to tell everybody about it? But on the internet, every fucking nerd can investigate everything and be like, I actually did a field study and I tested the hypothesis and I went out there. I actually lived 6 blocks away from this location. I went out there and I did like a laser scan of the environment and then I calculated that it's about 1.26 miles. And it's like, what the and
Yeah.
he knows that.
Well, you know, people on the internet were the ones who found Diddy. It wasn't the FBI.
I told you that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, and then also the story we were talking about earlier with that fucking dude having sex with his girlfriend outside of this fucking the social
Internet.
They found
Everybody's
out
a fucking investigative reporter.
They
They're
found out he was a youth pastor from fucking the fucking Unlimited Church or whatever.
Everyone's a fucking gonzo journalist.
But that Netflix show, did you ever watch People Hate Cats or Don't
Oh
Hate
yeah,
or whatever
don't,
that fucking
don't fuck with cats.
Yeah.
It's the internet, dude. I'm telling you, it's like the power of the hive mind. To where if you cast the net, people have done some crazy shit on the internet. That's only one. I remember one thing. Shia LaBeouf did this weird live stream where he did a flag and he showed just the sky, and nerds triangulated where the flag was based on the stars in the sky. And some nerd went out there and took Shia LaBeouf's flag down.
That's crazy.
Because he was doing some like weird activist shit. I really don't know what it's about because I'm very ignorant of like details. I just like hear stories.
Yeah, it's
But,
the same way. Like, I don't really go too into depth about this kind of.
Baby.